Welcome. I am John, and this is Prepper Nation. How's everybody doing this morning? So, thank you for being here. Last day of humanity, as I've heard it said time and again. This weekend, we'll see. But I will tell you this much for sure. For years, literally for years, and that's hard for me to say here on YouTube. Can't believe I've been on YouTube for years now. It's kind of weird when I think about it, but for years. As some of you know, many of you are newer to the channel, and that's cool too. But as some of you know, I've tried to be the calming voice in the community, the voice of reason. I've tried to be that person. On Monday morning, I log in, I'm calming everybody down because they've been scared out of their mind throughout the weekend. Okay. And it seems like this every single week. And so this past weekend, after about 50 or so people asked me or told me, is the world ending? Why is the world ending? Hey man, the world's ending, this sort of thing. At some point this weekend, it just clicked that I'm the nagging parents at the beginning of a Beastie Boys music video. And son, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be the one shaking my fingers saying, don't throw a party. For whatever reason, people just want to be afraid. In this community, I will never understand why people in the prepping community want to be afraid, but they do. People want to ride the big bad wolf, or I guess in our case, the big bad beaver, whatever the case may be. That's a scary thought within itself. So at some point, you realize if you can't beat it, you got to just join it. This chorus of nonstop naysayer, doomer, and gloomers. Now I'm not going to try and sell you stuff, but hey, son, if you want to be afraid, I'm there with you. I'm switching to the other side of the fence. I'm doing this for you folks who constantly want that fear. You got to have that fear. Some people I think are addicted to it. Now I don't want to pull up the video I did where I dressed up like a zombie when the national alert and stuff came out. We're not going to go down that road. But it seems like once a month, once every couple of months maybe, there's an end of the world event. And at some point, I've got to jump on this side of the fence and I've got to help these people and participate in this doomsday pontification, if you will. I've had a couple of cups of coffee, son. That's a big one. The apocalypse LARPing that's always taking place. These experts on EMPs, right? Well, this is exactly what you need to do during an EMP. Never had an EMP, but we got experts on EMPs. So it is what it is. So be it. So I come this morning with 10 doomsday scenarios that may, in fact, come on the back end of this total solar eclipse that everybody's afraid of, apparently. Again, the mission for me was to just ride out the eclipse 20 minutes or whatever it is at home and then go outside and mow the grass. But as it turns out, this may lead to the end of the world. 10 different scenarios, and I attach them at the hip to movies or TV shows that are relevant to that specific scenario. So we're going to have fun with it. I figure, look, man, years of trying to calm people down and they just don't get it. So at some point, I'm joining in. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and pontificate all this doom and gloom. Okay, so we're going to have the solar eclipse today. I don't even know what time it's supposed to hit here. It's like 3 to 3:20, 3:05 to 3:20. I don't know, man. But what is going to happen after the total solar eclipse? I've been listening to all the conspiracy theories. I've been listening to all the people without the foil on their head, with the foil on their head. Again, I've compiled a list. No specific order. Number one, the grid goes down forever. What a world that would be. How would we ever survive? No phones, no internet, no digital world, no people walking around with the VR headsets on their face, Nobody hunting Pokemon and falling off of cliffs. People have to socialize again. How would we ever survive it? It's unsurvivable, isn't it? That's literally the end of the world, except for the fact that I grew up in a world like this where there was at least no internet. I mean, we had electricity, but we will absolutely do that. Thank you, A Troop. We're going to do that survival party tomorrow, assuming we're going to be here. You never know anymore. You never know. So, yeah, I grew up in a world like that, but from what I understand, humanity even made it without electricity, son. I mean, I've watched, the what is it, Little House on the Prairie. I've seen Western movies. I like Western movies. Who don't like the Duke, son? But at the end of the day, people act like we could not live in a world without electricity or the internet. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, man, that's a world that I would welcome. I pray for a world like that. Now, without electricity, things do get a little gnarly. You know what I'm saying? But without the internet, get it out of here. Anyway, I have tied this scenario to the TV show Revolution. Revolution is literally a show about the lights going out forever. Thank you, Kathy B. I appreciate that. I'm hyped up on coffee this morning. I'm on my 4th cup, and it's cowboy coffee. It ain't no creamer to be had, and it's the kind like Dynamite makes. It's solid black. Scenario number 2, which I've heard passed around like a mistress of the night. Sergeant Mike, thank you for all of the support. Cats and dogs, we're getting there. We're getting to the animals, but great minds think alike. So this one's been passed around, an alien invasion. I'm not kidding on this. Now, John, the aliens, they're just waiting for the right time. And this is the right time. This is the distraction. This is the jab, son. The right hook's coming and the aliens are coming. So, again, extraterrestrials from outer space, not the ones from Mexico or Mexico, however you say it, not the ones from South America, Latin America. They're coming in all the time. We've gotten used to that, apparently. I'm talking about the little critters from up in the sky. And I could have went all over the place with this, TV shows and movies, but a shout out to the Coffee Club and Patreon because they turned me on. I almost went with V here, son, but they turned me on to The Colony. The Colony is an excellent, excellent show that will, I don't know, it kind of gives me UN vibes, to be honest with you, but it's about an alien invasion and what that would look like. So if you can't get enough and your nether regions get hard from the fear, perhaps, or you get them chill bumps all over you just can't get enough, go stream The Colony. I think it's free. Number 3, hopefully, yeah, they're shady. Number 3, a zombie apocalypse. Again, this is one that hopefully me, Shady, Dynamite's ready. I'm good with this. Bring it on. Taxes are cheaper during a zombie apocalypse. You thought shopping at Target was bad. Oh no. A zombie apocalypse is much, much nastier, right? There are 2 ways we can go here. I and Mr. Shady, he's in chat. He has a channel, a Jim Shady, which is awesome. We are connoisseurs of Romero's style of zombies, the old school stuff. A lot of people think it's cheesy, but no, man. The original black and white one, where the dude is like running sideways down from the graveyard of the zombie. The lady can't get the car to start because she don't have the keys. It's like at one of these electric vehicles. She just has to put it neutral. She hits a tree, goes into a farmhouse. Spoiler alert, everybody dies at the end. I'm just saying, you could go that route or you could go the Walking Dead route. Either way, to me, this is better than where we're at right now. This is a much needed culling. Now, I don't really want them coming out of the ground. I'm talking about the ones that are already here, though. You know what I'm saying? Diary of the Dead is also good. Let me know. What do y'all think? The older Romero zombies or the Walking Dead zombies before we move on? But both are options. Number 4, I think it's number 4. Animals go crazy. I've heard this all weekend, last week too. John, it's the end of the world. Animals go crazy. Farm animals go crazy. Ocean critters go crazy. Even cats and dogs start acting peculiar. Cows, all of a sudden, they're taking over. These people act like dogs and cats are going to be running third right checkpoints downtown. You know what I'm saying? Just out of the blue. And birds going to start dive bombing everybody. So I had to think about this. And again, we're coming down to 2. You know, VHS if you can get them on VHS, but I'm on a VHS kick. I ain't gonna lie to you about it. Cujo. Cujo was an excellent. That dog was going off. Imagine being trapped in your car, especially you might be if it's an EV. This has happened to a lot of the EV owners out there recently. And Sharknado. I mean, look, if we're going to stroke fear over here and paranoia, we might as well go balls to the wall with Sharknado, son. Do not walk outside this afternoon and be surprised if great white sharks are flying through the air. You ever try to kill a great white with a 12 gauge or a 9 perhaps, 22 Magnum? No, son, you better bunker in at that point. I'm just saying, both of these Sharknado's an entire series. That's how great. That's what a masterpiece Sharknado is. Yeah, somebody gets it. Prepper Book Club. Yeah, man, you get it. You get it. Uh, One or the other, maybe both, if we're still on this earth. You know, come 5 o'clock today or whatever it is. Number 5, John. This is going to lead to a weather extinction event. You're just not taking this seriously enough, son. You need to stack some more Ready Wise over in the corner. Why do you not have oxen farms? Why do you not have it stacked to the rafters 20 times over? We're talking about a weather event. Greta tried to warn us, didn't she? Greta tried to warn each and every one of us that this was coming, and it's all our fault. The movie Greenland, it is laughable. It is laughable, Bama Jim. But you know what? If people are legitimately going to buy into this stuff, I'll come on here and I'll play along and I'll make the balloon animals for them because apparently that's what they want to see. Numbers don't lie. Greenland, excellent movie. I don't know what it's on right now, to be honest with you. Amazon, maybe. I saw it populate somewhere or the other, but there are other good ones. The Day After Tomorrow is excellent as well. Number 6, social chaos. People who are tired of patriots might actually use this to their advantage, man. This is 15 minutes, whatever it is, 12 minutes, 20 minutes. Nobody even knows, son. Nobody even knows how long it's going to last. It's just bread, milk, and eggs and digging a hole out in the yard somewhere. People are digging little foxholes getting ready, and they don't even know why. It's just, it's insanity. But anyway, social chaos. Um, People are sick of people like us. It is what it is. And they're looking at this perhaps as a time to act. Movie, The Purge. Although I hear the second one is better than the first one, I still ain't got around to the second one, actually. But the first one was all right. It was okay. But think about this as a reverse purge. These little soy-fed commies, they want to purge people like us. We may be the ones in trouble here, I'm doubting it, but we might be. Go watch The Purge if you haven't seen it. I think it's a TV show too, but I ain't seen it. Number 7, this is a very popular one. This is getting passed around like Miss Kitty. But John, this is a perfect opening for boots on the ground. We're going to be invaded. Some we already being invaded. We're already being invaded. Flip-flops on the ground. You got boots on the ground coming across the border. You got Dearborn, Michigan, which we'll get into a little bit. Death to America. We've already been invaded. But I get it. I get it. The idea of a boots on the ground campaign here in the United States, it's like crack. Some people can't get enough of it. Again, with the apocalyptic LARPing, right? So, what better time to invade the United States of America than when it's lights out for whatever amount of time, 12, 13 minutes or whatever. Red Dawn. Go watch Red Dawn. Either one of them. Either movie is great. I like the dialogue and the overall feel of the original better with Charlie Sheen, Patrick Swayze. The new one's got Magic Mike in it, and the guy, I can't remember his name, he played Negan on The Walking Dead. It's also pretty daggone close. It's great. It's more up to date. Special effects are a lot better. Beaverines, yes, Gary, thank you. But go watch one of those too if that's your thing. You probably have already seen them, but give them another watch. You know, switch brands of popcorn and go watch it over again. Number 8, nukes. Nukes. The quickest way to reset America, John, is just to drop nukes all over the place. Turn it into a wasteland. How about it, folks? Are you ready for the nukes to drop? When can we expect that? About 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today? Are the nukes coming on the back end? Are they going to throw the nukes down during the solar eclipse so we can't see them coming? Maybe. I don't know. TV show that I would highly recommend. Oh, Tie Time. Thank y'all. Let me see what we got here. How about a good old Let's Go Brandon? We're going to talk about his country here in a minute. I'm just saying. Let's go, Brandon. TV show Jericho. There are plenty, but the TV show Jericho, to me, remains one of the best because if nukes are indeed used, they're going to be tactical. I believe they're going to be smaller scale. They're going to be cities only, and then you're going to see the rest of America moving against each other. Great show. I don't know if it's free or what you got to subscribe to. Number 9, John, it could stay dark forever. First of all, let me just say, if it stays dark forever, can you imagine how many little baby beaverines are going to be running around here in about 9 months? Because I know some of y'all, and I know what y'all are up to at that point. But look, man, stay dark forever. Maybe it is your destiny to have a mouthy, gender-confused teenager and a holy man taking up refuge somewhere in a cave, and you're wearing goggles like Riddick. Go watch Pitch Black if you want to know what forever darkness looks like. I'm serious here. You got to go find some glow-in-the-dark bugs. I'm sure some of you are already looking for them because you're so sure that it's going to be dark for forever. Jackrabbits. I see Queen Essence gets it, but she's guilty in herself right there. And number 10, which to me, again, let's go, Brandon, is the worst SHTF of all. We got to talk about it. The worst possible scenario after this eclipse, total eclipse, again, end of the world stuff here. Squeeze that Teddy Ruxpin tight. That America continues on its current course. To me, Joe Biden in charge and America on its current course is scarier than anything we just talked about. Although all of the baby beaverines is pretty scary too. J954 was Teddy Ruxpin. No, that was who was that? No, that was Paddington. No, Teddy Ruxpin had the tape player in the back of it. The Reggie Stories back in the 80s, man. But that's pretty close, right? I think it was Paddington that had the marmalade. I don't know, but I'm so scared that the world's about to end. I would almost get a Paddington tattoo on my way out of this joint. So look, America continues on its current course, right? $34.5 trillion in debt. I know because I checked right before we went live. No end in sight, no plan to be had. House speakers totally compromised. Money keeps floating out of the United States. We have a Second Amendment, but Americans are afraid of losing their rights. Do you know how contradictory that is? We have a Second Amendment, so rights can't be taken away. And we have a Second Amendment, but people are sitting around saying, man, I hope they don't take these rights away from us. I mean, come on. That's where we're at. Let's be honest. We have 250,000 illegals each month These are just the ones that they come into contact with and record crossing the southern border. I mean, it is what it is. That's not fear porn. This stuff is really happening. All right. There's no what ifs here. The cost of living for most people has doubled. Doubled. The price of groceries, the price of rent, the price of insurance, the price of everything has doubled. Constant surveillance from the government, from social media. Y'all know about lists and things. Come on. Not the one that me and Backwoods have, but the real list. You know what I'm saying? We're probably all on so many lists at this point. The constant surveillance is unreal. We are going to, this is where we're at as the United States of America, okay? Some people left. They didn't want to hear that. Look, I seen about 20 people just drop out. They wanted another fabricated scenario, not the truth, I guess. Bye. So this is where we're at as the United States of America. We're being told by our government, yeah, within the next few years, we're going to colonize Mars. But at the same time, we're being told by our government, daggone it, we just don't know why people are committing crimes and stealing in New York City. We don't understand. So if they can't figure out why big city problems exist by dumping illegals in there, but you think these people can figure out how to colonize Mars and make it work, there you go. Sign me up. Sign me up for that trip, son. It's going to be a one way. I promise you. Getting back to Dearborn, Michigan, they had a huge protest yesterday, and they were all chanting death to America. In America. Why are they allowed to do this? Because they're in America. I wish these people would go to another country, go to the Middle East and start chanting against the governments. Go to Mexico and chant against the governments. But no, they're going to chant here because they have the right to do it here. So contradictory. And we're just watching it happen or watching sports or whatever. We have a draconian government that, again, is stripping people's rights away right in front of their face. And then they're pointing at the camera and they're saying, pay your fair share. How many Americans are really paying their fair share? And when I say Americans, I'm talking about the squatters and everything. It ain't many. It's not many, because if people were paying their fair share and there was some accountability, we wouldn't be $34.5 trillion in debt, but it is what it is. Ballistic squeeze, thank you. I'm sorry. YouTube is kicking people off. I have no idea why. Maybe they weren't pissed with number 10 after all. So where does this scenario end? I got to tie it into a movie, and I know exactly which movie to tie it into. This is going to end in civil war, folks. It's the only way this ends. Balkanization, as some of you have said in the past in chat, and civil war. That's where it ends. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Civil War comes out in theaters this Friday and could be what I would consider to be predictive programming, because a lot of people seem to, well, I doubt it. I hope for it, but I doubt it. And here's why, David. I appreciate the comment, though. We have communists and globalists right now in our country arguing amongst one another over who's going to be running our country soon. And the Patriots are sitting around waiting to vote for Trump. There it is. So we're either going to be, if there's a revolution in this country, it's probably going to be a communist revolution, and we'll see what happens from there. But I mean, that's just me being honest. That's my take on it anyway. So will y'all tell me in the chat, will humanity survive this total solar eclipse today that's taking place? And I don't know when, 3-4 hours. I don't know, man. It's sometime today. It's after lunchtime because I'm gonna eat me a ham sandwich. Uh, just in case humanity survives, I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button, because that means we're going to be here tomorrow, maybe having a survivors party, as some people have said in chat. I will find a way to broadcast. Always. That is my promise to you. Many in this community that are creators, mark my words, they will walk away, or they already have walked away, or they're threatening to walk away, but I will always find a way to broadcast for my Red Dawn folks. Even if Radio Free America falls, I will be broadcasting on YouTube or on Rumble, on bootleg radio coming across an AM band, perhaps, strings and cans. I'm not going anywhere. Sorry about that, haters. And I would love if you joined us on this incredible journey, again, assuming we survive the events of today. Buckle up, because we are either in for the ride of a lifetime this afternoon. Again, I'm going for zombies personally. I hope that happens. Or it's a big old nothing burger that we get to chat about tomorrow morning. Either way, again, shoot a thumbs up if you don't mind. Hit subscribe if you don't mind. Y'all take care and God bless.